do macro lager, but not the macro lager most people think of, like North American and European style macro lager. This one's actually a Japanese macro lager called Sapporo. I'm sure it's pretty well known. A lot of people can recognize the brand and the appearance of the can as well. Although it looks kind of authentic, this one's actually brewed in Guelph, Ontario by Sleeman Brewing Company, which is owned by Sapporo essentially. They got acquired some time ago, and the interesting thing about it is that it's usually sold in these huge aluminium 650 ml cans, so it's like a bomber, exactly the same size as a bomber, 22 ounces. It's 5% ABV, nothing special, really typical, stereotypical even for a macro lager. And from what I know, they actually brew this with rice, so using an adjunct because it's cheap and because it's from Japan originally. Now, as far as Japanese beers go, Canada, you can't really find many authentic ones, imported ones, mostly locally brewed, for the exception of Asahi, I think. But yeah, most of the Japanese beers are pretty much lagers, and some of them are darker beers, but they generally are not sold too much across, different continents. Now, for the glass, I'm actually the lucky, maybe not lucky owner of the Sapporo glass, which came in a kind of like bonus selection pack. Not even a selection pack, I think it was a 4 cans and this thing in a little box. Which, you could probably guess I've tried this before. I didn't have it too many times, but I only got it because I needed like a glass. I'm not a huge fan of Sapporo. Haven't had it for a while, so let's see what I think of it right now and try to review it. Now, it also comes in small bottles, at least here in Canada, but mostly you get this in these rather expensive aluminium cans. I think it can cost you anywhere from $3, $4, $5 for this thing. Now, the reason I got this with the glass, I think it was cheaper that way. But anyway, let's give it a pour. This glass fits the whole thing, and it kind of follows the shape of the actual can. Not a bad head we get here. Really fizzy, carbonated, light coloured beer. You see a lot of carbonation on pretty much on those sides of the beer, and hair is really kind of foamy. So far it's like 2 finger thick, but I think it's going to come down really fast. As far as the colour goes, I think it's pretty reasonable. It's not too pale. It definitely has a deeper colour than let's say Budweiser, Corona, Heineken, anything like that. So that's already not a bad thing about Sapporo. The scent's kind of strong enough for lager. You get a lot of hops. I think I can smell the rice. Not a huge, obviously I'm not an expert. I can't really pick out the rice aroma that well, but I think I do smell it somehow. So yeah, a lot of hops, some malts as well, and a touch of fruits. I'm not sure. I think it's more kind of like apple, lemon kind of fruitiness to it. So far so good, not too bad for lager. I mean, some of the macro lagers you see, I've been talking for like half a minute so far, and head would be next to nothing, but in this case, still get some head retention on it. Let's try it out, see how it goes. Really carbonated mouthfeel. Hoppiness is very good actually. I would compare this more to the European kind of premium lagers rather than to just any cheap kind of macro lager. And a nice bite to it. I do kind of taste the adjuncts as well, but it's not bad. Now the fruitiness I was talking about in the aroma is not really present. Like in some lagers you get a nice kind of grape or apple kind of flavor to it. Not really the case here in Sapporo. It's more dry. It's kind of dry kind of lager. The finish is a bit kind of like hoppy bitterness in it. And it's not really light bodied, so I'd say light to medium bodied, so it's not watery. That's another plus for Sapporo. So far, it's a solid performer. I'm gonna have to wait for my conclusion for it. I'll drink more of it, come back to you and talk about it. But so far, it's a reasonable, decent lager. I mean, probably deserves to be called a premium one. Cheers. So Sapporo, what can I say? Not overly impressive. It's not too bad. I think I tried this with Japanese food and it was pretty performing pretty well with as a complement food. But on its own, not really a fancy kind of drink. I don't really find this too appealing. Apart from the gimmicky part, it's certainly a gimmick. The whole can, which looks kind of nice, looks different, and kind of sets Sapporo off from most macro lagers who I like here. But at the same time, you don't really get any fruitiness. You get an aroma, especially because for the most part, for the duration of your drinking, it's overly carbonated. At this point, I don't have much left. It's not too bad, and the head's pretty much dead. But for the first few moments, the first few minutes, it's really hard to drink, which really affected their drinkability. Which I say it's average. It's not too bad. I mean, you can drink whole of these and whole can, whatever. But it's not entirely drinkable. Mouthfeel, not impressive. Carbonated, too carbonated. Leaves a dry, kind of lingering finish to it. And as I said, not enough fruitiness, pretty much nothing. As far as hops and malts, you get enough of that. I can give it that. It's not watery, at least for my taste, so that's quite good. So I'd say slightly above average overall. Appearance, slightly above average. Taste, same thing, maybe average. Mouthfeel, drinkability, average, even below that. So I'm going to give this 3 out of 5. So I think it's fair. Again, not the most impressive beer, not the worst, obviously, and they do use rice in the process. Don't find it too bad. It's pretty reasonable. But I prefer drinking beers without adjuncts at all. So that was it for Sapporo Premium Beer. I'm going to give this 3 out of 5, as I said, and going to go ahead and finish the rest of it. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Cheers.